What a day to make your debut, though.
Unbelievable.
I mean, whatever happens in Terence Boyd's career, he's never going to forget this, is he?
He's going to go back to the reserve team at Dortmund and say, really?
Knocked inside to Giovinco. Yet again, there's an American body in the way.
Well, at this point of the game, you're just throwing your body anywhere to get a touch.
Now here's Boyd. 2 against 2 here. Dempsey's up there with him. He rather lost control of it. Well, there was something on there if anybody had the legs to exploit it.
Yeah, Terence just has to have an understanding. Go to the sideline, allow Sasha Kljestan to get forward, or knock Clint Dempsey in behind.
Complaint by PLO. Gives a very old-fashioned look to Terence Boyd, who will know all about PLO and have seen him on TV and read about him and will wonder that he is on the same pitch as him.
Yeah, but at this point, you're not thinking about that. If you're Terence, you're competing for every inch, fighting up front. Don't worry about that after the game.
Sorry, Taylor, 4 minutes of added time here, which is quite relevant to tell you. That might be a long 4 minutes. It might feel like 4 hours, I think, to the US players. And maybe to some of you at home. Here's Abate. Montolivo flicking it on. Pirlo again, looking for the right delivery. I think it was Goodson who won the header. Those two, him and Bocanegra, have been in exactly the right place so many times in this second half. They are manning the barricades back there. Good shot from Tim Howard, who'll go to ground, look at the maker's name on the ball, make sure it's the right blade of grass. This is the 92nd minute. Nearly there, but only nearly. Would too be a 4th consecutive win for the US after a slightly iffy start. Jurgen Klinsmann's reign. Montolivo, Daniele Di Rossi, Pazzini trying to turn, lays it off. Montolivo! And it was always just swinging wide. That might be the last chance.
Yeah, it looks to be. And again, give the back four a lot of credit, clogging it up. Montolivo just hitting it wide.
Edson Buddle is going to replace Clint Dempsey. That's just another device to eat up a bit more time.
Well, at one point, when Tim Howard knocked the ball forward, Clint Dempsey looked over to Jurgen Klinsmann. I think he was gasped. Another solid performance from Clint Dempsey.
More than solid, and a match winner by the look of it, too.
Yeah, but it's almost expected now from Clint. Just big time.
Buddle holds it up. Kljestan lost it, and it's given the Italians maybe one last chance. Berini, Bocanegra. He's not having any of it. Well, they're going to celebrate this, I think, the American players. Almost like winning the World Cup when that whistle goes, which can't be far away, but there might still be one last opportunity if Ogbonna can get this ball in. They need to do it quite quickly now. Chiellini still alive. Montolivo with another long-range effort, which is deflected, but only into Tim Howard's body. I'm nervous watching this now. Foul by Boyd. They didn't really need that. They needed to hold it up in there if they could. Well, that will do the United States just fine. I think the referee's taken more than one glance at his watch here. Cesare Prandelli cannot believe it, really. Jurgen Klinsmann knows he's on the verge of something special. We've had well over the 4 minutes, or just over the 4 minutes now.
Yeah, the whistle's got to be after Timmy kicks us.
Yeah, he's got the whistle in his mouth, I think, the referee. It is over. The United States have beaten Italy for the first time in 82 years of trying at the 11th attempt. Also the first time Italy have ever lost a match in Genoa. Clint Dempsey with a historic match winner. What about that, Taylor Twellman?
It takes a special moment from a special player, and often all it takes is one. And Italy had the run of play, creating chances, but good hold-up play from Josie Altidore, and what do you know, Clint Dempsey knocking on the door, buries it. What a game.
Incredible stuff, but what heroic defending from, well, all of them back there tonight. Yeah. Cherundolo, Boccanegra, Goodson, Spector when he came on, Fabian Williams, Johnson was terrific, wasn't he?
Yeah, you're defending for your life, getting in the way, doing whatever you can to stop goals.
Okay, let's go back to the studio now with Bob Lee, Alexi Lala, Steve McManaman, who'll update a few interesting scores today from around the world, but one of the most interesting is right here. Italy 0, the United States of America 1.
You know, Ian, I don't think we'd be accused of being parochial, let's say, on a day when Leo Messi gets his first international hat trick, when Germany and England are losing at home, that the USA victory over Italy,
relax.
in Italy,
relax, Bob.
We grant you. All right, I know. Hold on now. We know it's a friendly. We know it's a friendly. It's an international friendly day. But that professional job of defending in the second half, the goal against the run of play, Josie Altidore, whom we talked at halftime, yeah. Yes, you called him out.
That was critical of Josie.
Held the ball.
Yeah. He held the ball, and he held the ball in the critical moment on the goal. I think second half was much better than the first. This was a great result. Now you have to go back, and we talked about this before the game. The result is one thing, but actually going back and looking at that performance. You know why I think this is a great game? Because I think it showed Jurgen Klinsmann, whether he will admit it or not, that this is ultimately what the U.S. is about. And it's all fine and well to talk about being proactive and changing the way that we play. But we are who we are. And I can say we right now because I've been involved in the history for a long time. It doesn't mean you don't try to improve, but I think some pragmatism has crept into Jurgen Klinsmann saying this is maybe what is going to enable this team to get results, and we saw it here today.
Which means if you get a lead in a match such as this,
then defend.
You hold on
do
and
what,
you hold
do
on.
what you do.
And Mac, what they did, and Michael Bradley,
brilliant
substitution of Spector, had that great, brilliant block.
Yeah,
tremendous defensive effort.
There was huge pluses today, Bob, whether it be Josie Altidore, of course, Clint Dempsey, we mentioned before the game, in great goal-scoring form. Bradley, Maurice Edu, the defensive partnership at the end. Tim Howard, of course, made everything look easy. Jonathan Spector, when he came on, played his part. Huge pluses today. This, as I said at half-time, regardless of it being an international match, this is a very, very difficult game. Away at Italy, they've never won ever in the history of the sport. Italy haven't conceded in the European Championships. Full of confidence, the United States have got the right results, defended when they had to, and have come away with the victory. Great performance, great result.
And even after the goal, Michael Bradley was absolutely massive today. And
reading
yeah,
the game,
you saw the way that he was able to defend at different times, but positionally, he wasn't flustered. He knew exactly where to be at different moments. When things did break down, he was in the right starting position to then go and find ways to break up plays and to win the ball. He was crucial today.
Playing for a team, Chievo, near the top of the table and having a very good season in Serie A. Out of contract, looking for a team, and basically having to reprove himself as a given frontline starter for this coach.
Yeah, I think this is a great day for Jurgen Klinsmann to look and to see how vital going forward Michael Bradley is going to be. Doesn't mean you still don't put pressure on him to continue to play well, but once again, going back, I don't think for a second that we can look at this game and look at this U.S. team and say this is a completely different way of playing and a completely different style, the way Jurgen Klinsmann has talked before. So maybe he also learned a valuable lesson today as well as the team.
Yeah, but there were his thumbprints on this lineup and
yes,
the philosophy, and a great motivator of men.
Yeah, but, you know, could this result and this style of play not have happened 2 years ago or 5 years ago or anything like that? And I'm not saying that Jurgen Klinsmann isn't putting his mark on it, but what he wanted to do maybe 7 months ago, maybe he's coming to the realization that he might not have the players to do that. And it doesn't mean that he can't be successful, and it doesn't mean that he can't improve this team.
By the way, if you think the Italian match was a good test, May 30th, Brazil will have that match. Let's get back to what happened today. If you missed any portion of it, Tim Howard and Gigi Buffon became the most capped keeper in Italian history. Early on, Tim Howard is there in the 4th minute. Critical save.
Yeah, great save from Thiago Motta, wasn't he? Arriving late, bit of a snapshot, but Tim does what he does best, and he is so solid in the goal, isn't he? He's very difficult to beat nowadays.
So that free kick, and then of course that attempt, and Howard is there once again.
Yeah, and the U.S. throughout the game gave plenty of time and plenty of opportunity to this man right here, Pirlo, who found consistently balls over the top. I mean, there were a lot of offside calls, some of them, but this was the moment that people will remember for a long time. And it came from Jozy Altidore holding the ball up top and finding that man, Clint Dempsey, who is just on fire, and he does not miss from there.
Now that goal in the 55th minute, and then a matter of holding on for the U.S. defense.
Yeah, again, snapshot, wasn't it, from Barini, but again, right down, nice and straight at Tim Howard. They have to be careful at this position on the park. Kleston come on, but again, a little bit of inexperience getting caught in and behind. But all in all, a wonderful performance defensively, as well as getting the goal that they richly deserve.
He's got a pair of hat-tricks for his club side Fulham, one in league play, one in cup play, and the goal today, 25, moving in front of Joe Maxmore on the all-time parade. Again, if you joined us along the way, Landon Donovan not available to the United States, did not even make the trip. His unavailability, meaning Breck Shea got the start today, and on this parade. And Brian McBride there to watch that, and how that must have gladdened Brian's heart to sit in the stands with Mike Piazza today and watch this result.
Yeah, I mean, it was a wonderful, historic result that Brian McBride and everybody else that watched it both live and in the stands can take home and say the U.S. beat Italy in Italy. And I know it's a friendly game, but it will go a long way in terms of the confidence. And when Jurgen Klinsmann does look at his team and still ask them to do some things that maybe they're not comfortable with, this type of game can provide the confidence to say, hey, you went out and beat Italy.
Buy in. Clint Dempsey, a great talent, obviously. And as Ian mentioned late in the match, as Taylor did as well, a lot is expected in a game such as this. He delivered today. Afterwards, he spoke with our duo in Genoa.
Clint, what a fantastic result. You getting the winning goal. Now, what does that result mean for United States soccer?
It's just a confidence builder. You know, we're just trying to move in the right direction, trying to get sharp as we can for the summer for the World Cup qualifying games. Because the goal is to qualify for the World Cup. So it's important to come to places like this and play big teams on their own soil and get results. And at times it wasn't pretty, but we grounded out the result tonight.
Clint, take us through the goal and what you saw with Jozy Altidore holding the ball up in the run you made.
Yeah, it was a good ball in. It was chipped to him. Initially, I was going to stay where I was and have him lay it back to me, but I saw the guy was covering, so I tried to move to my right to try to get open so he could play me the ball. Did a great job of